Before you ever say a word, people decide who you are. They decide whether to trust you, respect you, dismiss you, or challenge you. And most of the time, you have no idea they are doing it. In the first few seconds of meeting someone, your body speaks louder than your voice ever could. The way you stand, the way you breathe, the way your eyes move, all of it sends signals. The uncomfortable truth is that you are always communicating power, insecurity, confidence, or doubt, even when you think you are silent. And if you have ever felt overlooked, interrupted, underestimated, or strangely invisible in a room, your body language may have been telling a story you never meant to tell. Strong body language is not about dominance or aggression. It is not about forcing attention or pretending to be someone you are not. It is about alignment between what you feel internally and what you express externally. When those two are in sync, people feel it. They cannot always explain it, but they respond to it. Respect becomes easier, attraction becomes more natural, rejection becomes less personal. The room shifts and you feel it shift. Think about the last time you walked into a space where you felt unsure of yourself. Maybe it was a meeting, a date, or a social gathering. You probably tried to look confident, but inside your thoughts were racing, your shoulders tightened slightly, your breathing became shallow, your movements became smaller. You might not have noticed, but others did. Human beings are wired to detect subtle changes in posture and tension. We evolved to read microsignals for survival. When someone appears contracted, guarded, or hesitant, we instinctively respond with caution or indifference. Now imagine the opposite scenario. You walk in grounded. Your shoulders are relaxed but open. Your chin is level. Your steps are steady and unhurried. You are not performing confidence. You are occupying space naturally. Without saying anything, you shift how others feel around you. They make eye contact longer. They give you time to speak. They lean in instead of pulling back. That is the psychology of strong body language. It changes social outcomes before conversations even begin. One of the most misunderstood aspects of strong body language is eye contact. Many people believe that holding intense eye contact makes them appear powerful. In reality, forced or unblinking eye contact can signal aggression or anxiety. Strong eye contact is calm and intentional. It communicates presence, not pressure. When you maintain steady eye contact while listening, you signal respect. When you speak and briefly hold someone's gaze, you signal certainty. When you look away naturally without darting or flinching, you signal emotional stability. People who struggle socially often break eye contact too quickly. They look down or to the side, especially after saying something vulnerable. That small movement can unintentionally communicate doubt about their own words. Over time, others begin to mirror that doubt. But when you finish a sentence and hold eye contact for just a moment longer than feels comfortable, you create psychological weight. You show that you stand behind what you just said. That pause reshapes how your words land. Your posture is another silent narrator. A collapsed chest often reflects self-protection. When the chest caves inward and the shoulders round forward, the body is literally shielding the heart. It is a defensive stance. On the other hand, an open chest with relaxed shoulders communicates receptivity and grounded confidence. It tells the room that you are not threatened. And paradoxically, the less threatened you appear, the less likely others are to challenge you. Strong posture does not mean stiffness. Rigidity suggests fear of losing control. Real strength looks fluid. It allows small movements. It adapts. It breathes. When you sit, do you fold into yourself, or do you settle into the chair as if you belong there? When you stand, do you distribute your weight evenly, or do you shift nervously from foot to foot? These details matter. They are read subconsciously within seconds. Breathing is one of the most powerful but overlooked signals of internal state. Shallow breathing activates tension. It speeds up your speech. It narrows your gestures. Deep, steady breathing slows everything down. It gives your voice resonance. It stabilizes your movements. When you control your breath, you control the rhythm of the interaction, and others unconsciously sync with your pace. If you rush, they rush. If you calm your breathing, they calm with you. There is also a hidden connection between body language and attraction. Attraction is not only about physical appearance, it is about emotional safety and intrigue. Strong body language communicates that you are comfortable in your own skin. When someone appears self-contained and emotionally regulated, it triggers curiosity. People wonder what experiences shaped that presence. They lean closer. They want to understand you. Consider how often rejection is misunderstood. Many times, rejection is not about your personality, it is about energy. If your body language communicates insecurity, others may feel an unspoken pressure to reassure you. That pressure can feel heavy. On the other hand, when you approach with open posture and relaxed confidence, you remove that burden. You are not asking to be validated, you are offering connection. That difference changes outcomes dramatically. Respect follows similar patterns. In professional environments, people respond to those who appear composed under stress. When something unexpected happens, do you physically contract or do you remain steady? Strong body language during conflict is especially powerful. Lowering your voice slightly, slowing your gestures, keeping your shoulders relaxed. These signals communicate that you are not emotionally hijacked. And when you are not hijacked, you hold the psychological advantage. Micro-expressions also shape perception. Small facial tensions around the mouth or forehead can signal irritation or anxiety. A neutral, relaxed face with subtle warmth invites approach. Smiling constantly is not strength. Over-smiling can suggest a need for approval. A slight, controlled smile used intentionally carries more impact. It shows selectiveness. It shows that your warmth is genuine, not automatic. Another critical element is how you use space. Strong individuals do not shrink. They do not sprawl carelessly either. They take up an appropriate amount of space without apology. When seated at a table, placing your hands calmly on the surface instead of hiding them communicates transparency. Hidden hands trigger subtle distrust. Visible hands signal openness and confidence. Gestures amplify authority when they are deliberate. Random, fast movements dilute your message. Slow, purposeful gestures reinforce it. Imagine explaining a point while moving your hands in controlled arcs rather than quick flickers. The slower pace gives your words gravity. It tells listeners that what you were saying deserves attention. If this is helping you see your interactions differently, subscribe to The Human Psychology, because understanding these hidden signals changes how you move through every room you enter. Strong body language also affects your own psychology. This is where the transformation becomes personal. When you adjust your posture and breathing, your brain receives feedback. The body and mind operate in a loop. Standing taller does not just look confident, it begins to feel confident. Slowing your movements does not just appear calm, it reduces internal chaos. Over time, these adjustments rewire self-perception. Think about a time you felt truly powerful. Notice how your body naturally positioned itself. Your spine was likely straight, your gaze steady, your gestures measured. Now recall a moment of embarrassment. Your body probably closed in, your head lowered, your voice softened. The body mirrors emotion, but it can also lead it. When you consciously adopt strong body language, you interrupt negative emotional spirals. There is also a social ripple effect. When you project steadiness, others often reveal more about themselves. They sense they are not being judged. They feel safe to open up. This deepens conversations. It builds trust faster. In dating, this can mean the difference between surface-level exchanges and meaningful connection. In leadership, it can determine whether people follow you willingly or comply reluctantly. Strong body language does not eliminate vulnerability. In fact, it makes vulnerability more impactful. When you share something personal while maintaining grounded posture and steady eye contact, your openness feels intentional rather than fragile. That distinction commands respect. People admire controlled vulnerability. They are drawn to those who can express emotion without collapsing under it. Pay attention to how you end conversations. Do you trail off uncertainly, or do you close with a clear statement and a composed pause? That final moment often defines the entire interaction in memory.
Ending with steady eye contact and a relaxed posture signals completion. It shows that you are comfortable with silence. Silence itself can be powerful. Those who fear silence rush to fill it. Those who master silence allow their presence to linger. If you have ever wondered why some individuals seem magnetic without trying, it is often because their internal state and external signals match. They are not fighting themselves. There's no visible friction. Their movements are economical. Their expressions are authentic. They do not chase attention, they attract it. But strong body language is not about perfection. It is about awareness. You will still feel nervous at times. You will still experience doubt. The difference is that you will not let those feelings dictate your physical presence. You will breathe through them. You will stand through them. You will speak through them.
And here is something most people never realize. When you consistently project strength and calm, you subtly change how you see yourself. Your identity shifts. You begin to expect respect. You begin to expect connection. That expectation influences your choices. It influences who you approach, how you negotiate, how you handle rejection. The transformation becomes internal, not just external. If you want to continue exploring how subtle psychological shifts create powerful life changes, subscribe to The Human Psychology, where we decode the behaviors that shape your relationships and self-image. Strong body language is ultimately about congruence. It is about letting your physical presence reflect your values and intentions. It is about removing unnecessary tension. It is about breathing fully in spaces that once made you shrink. When you master this, you do not need to announce your strength. It is visible. As you move through your next conversation, notice your shoulders. Notice your breath. Notice where your eyes rest after you finish speaking. Small adjustments create profound differences. People will respond before they consciously understand why. Doors will open a little easier. Conflicts will soften. Attraction will feel less forced. And perhaps the most powerful realization is this: you were always communicating. The question was never whether your body was speaking. The question was what story it was telling. When you choose to align your posture, your gaze, your breathing, and your movements with calm certainty, you rewrite that story. You step into rooms not as someone seeking approval, but as someone offering presence. Let that sink in. Your strength does not begin with louder words or sharper arguments. It begins with stillness, with breath, with the quiet decision to stand fully in your own space. When you understand that, you stop trying to appear powerful. You simply become it.